Let me ask you something. How many times have you started over? You've told yourself that this time is different, and then a few weeks later, you're back right where you started. If that's been your cycle, it's not that you're lazy or undisciplined or inconsistent. It's like you're stuck in a pattern. So the real question becomes, how do we break this pattern? Not for one day, not for 2 weeks, or even a month, but how do you break it for real? Well, today, that's what we're going to be talking about. Most women try to break this habit by trying harder, doing more, and then starting all over again. But the thing is, you don't need more motivation. What you need is more structure, and you need a whole identity shift, because it's not useful doing more of the same thing that hasn't been working in the first place. Welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Monique, and I reinvented my life during midlife. And I was able to do that because I was able to identify that I was operating from patterns that had once served me in my past, but was not suited for the woman I was becoming. Everything changed when I quit asking what's wrong with me, and I started asking what's running me or what's driving me to make the decisions that I was making. Most women try to change their behaviors, but the thing is, they haven't identified the patterns or the behaviors that are underneath those actions. And that's why they keep starting over. The first shift is to quit identifying with someone who is trying, right? So the problem with the word trying is there's not a commitment associated with it, right? So I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to go work out. I'm trying to go back to school. So it's a difference when you actually make a decision, when you actually choose and you make a quality decision that you are committed to. So you are not trying to be consistent. What you're doing, you are becoming the woman who is consistent. I like to speak the future I desire to see. So I will say things in a way that I have made a decision. I will go to the gym. But if you're not there yet, then identify that I am becoming the type of woman who will commit to the things that she says she's going to do. I'm becoming the type of woman who follows through. So instead of trying, you are becoming. The difference might seem a little bit subtle, but to your brain and to yourself, it makes a big difference. So in this way, if you desire to do something every day and then you have one day when you're a little bit off, you don't have to feel like a failure because you are becoming. And this is something that you will continue to do. You will continue to evolve. You will continue to transform, right? You will continue to reinvent yourself, right? So many of us, we don't ever get to the point where we're like, absolutely, I don't ever want to accomplish anything else. And that's why becoming is so important. The second shift is to build structure, not excitement. So when you're thinking about excitement and those emotions associated with that, that's what keeps us going. We feel great. But the thing is, we do not want to rely on motivation, because then if we don't feel like doing it, it won't get done. But what structure does is it makes it easier and more obvious to do the things that we should do. So for example, you may have a good structured morning routine. So one of the things that I do, I call it PB&J, and I'm not talking about peanut butter and jelly, right? So I get up in the morning, I pray, I read my Bible, and I journal. For me, that gets me off to a great start. I have my coffee and I say affirmations at the same time. So those are some of the things that I do, and I structure it and I make it a habit. Or if I know I'm going to go to the gym in the morning, I lay out my gym clothes. I set everything out so that it's easy for me to just wake up in the morning, roll out of bed, do what I need to do, and go to the gym. I don't have to think about what am I going to wear. Am I going to the gym? Do I have gas in the car? But I do all of these things ahead of time. Another thing that I would do is have all of my clothes laid out for the week. So fewer decisions. I can get up early. I can do what I need to do and know that I'm going to feel good about the way that I am dressed. Or if you're looking at eating healthier, to meal prep. And let me tell you, I know from experience, it's so much easier to eat the right foods when you have something healthy and delicious already prepared. Now, when you are on your way home from work, or you've had a busy day of meetings or whatever it is, as you're thinking about dinner, you're not tempted to stop and go to a fast food restaurant or pick up something from your favorite diner because you know that you have something delicious and healthy at home. And that makes a difference. So structure will be out motivation and excitement every single time. The third shift is to stop restarting big, but to start sustaining small. So, what do I mean with that? Sometimes we want to change everything at once. So, let's pick health, for example. You may decide, I'm changing everything. This is my year to get healthy. I'm not eating carbs. I'm going to drink a gallon of water every day. I'm eating 150 grams of protein. I'm working out every single day. I'm not eating sugar. And it's just a huge overhaul. And sometimes it's so big that it's simply not sustainable. So it may be better to choose one or two things that you're going to do. When I reclaimed my health, the first thing I did was to decide to go on 30-minute walks. My preference was to go every day, but sometimes I didn't if life came up, and that was okay. But 30-minute walks at least 3 to 5 times a week. So most of us, we can fit in a 30-minute walk. I could walk outside, I could walk at the gym on the treadmill, or I could do a YouTube walking video, and that fit my life. Another decision I made was to quit eating after a certain time. So after 7 p.m., I'm not going to eat anything. And those things were small wins that I could celebrate and help to start momentum. Because when you try to overhaul your whole life, it's just too disruptive, and it's like you're setting yourself up to fail. Trying to change everything in one day is not realistic. So maybe you hear people who say, this is what I did. Okay, so that's them. But for me and for most people, smaller incremental steps will be more effective. As you do one thing consistently, that would help to build self-trust. And self-trust changes everything. So this one is huge. Shift number 4 is to remove the pressure to reinvent overnight. You did not get to where you are in one day or 1 week or even 1 year. So please do not put pressure on yourself to change everything today. So if you're going to reinvent your life, wonderful. But don't focus on your health and your appearance and your career and your relationships and everything on the same day. You will overwhelm yourself. Give yourself permission to evolve, right? Slowly and consistently. Every step in the right direction will bring you closer to your goal. So just keep taking small steps and you will get there and you will build momentum. Reinvention is not random. Reinvention is a process. And when you follow things in the right order, everything changes. If you haven't already, please download the Next Chapter Breakthrough Quiz. It is in the link below. And in it, I discuss why smart women stay stuck. So you can discover the hidden pattern quietly shaping your decisions. So it's important that you know exactly what is driving the decisions that you make, that you can identify that pattern. Just as if you are going on any journey, your GPS needs to know where are you right now. So this helps you to identify where you are now so you can get to where you want to go. Queen, you do not need to start over. You just need to start moving a little differently. And this time, remember, you're not restarting. You are becoming. You are becoming her, that best version of yourself. So we're not trying, we are becoming. I'm going to continue talking about reinvention for the next few videos. So please subscribe so that you do not miss anything. I will see you next time. Be blessed.